Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzoAcupuncture.com.
Ho, ho, ho! Hunter?
Hi, Kimberlina.
Hey, you're awful candy cane-ish today.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you. And you're in your cat sweater.
How do you follow that up?
Look at your cat sweater. You guys.
I have double D's.
Yeah, you do. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Meow. Kitty, kitty. And I have my resting Grinch face. Can you see it? Grinch face. No, I don't know. My resting Grinch face.
And then there's somebody else in the room just sitting over there in gray.
Yeah, it is Kimberly's Revolution. Husband is here with us today. He's
hey, Rich.
Just kind of, there's Fitzy. That's not
Fitzy.
my husband.
I like that, Fitzy. Thank you.
Nice.
We have a little camera arranging issue today, but it is Kimberly's Revolution. That was the Fitzy, not
the
my
Richie?
husband. No.
That was the Fitzy, not the Richie?
Yeah, the Richie is sitting over to my side. Come over here in the camera, honey.
Oh, I'm perfectly
Are
fine.
you perfectly fine?
Thank you.
Okay. So Kimberly's Revolution, Revere Realty. It is Christmas Eve with Chad Hummel, who is an attorney and a broker. And I'm with Tom Morgan.
For now.
Who is...
Did you get another letter, Chad?
You have a lot of titles. I don't know what you are, Tom, but you know.
I'm just Tom.
You're just Tom?
Yeah.
Tom the turkey.
Tom with the candy canes that are like, you know.
It's Christmas.
Changing color. I like it. Oh, there's my husband. There he is.
Oh.
And I'm Kimberly. I am, I don't know what I am. I'm a good time girl. That's what I am.
You're a licensed real estate saleswoman.
Of course I am. Yes, I'm that. And a good time girl.
Yes, you are.
And a good time girl.
And here we go.
So the name of the show today is, and by the way, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All of our guys and ladies out there that listen and watch the show, we are so grateful for you guys, right? I mean, it's kind of been a little crazy with how successful Kimberly's Revolution, the podcast, has been. I mean, every week, the amount of watchers and listeners goes up. We're well over 1,000 on the YouTube subscribers, and we're just having a ton of fun. And we're grateful for Fantuzo's Acupuncture, which I do believe you can still get gift certificates. They do massage therapy, they do acupuncture, they do acupressure, they have CBD oils, they've got all kinds of stuff. So they do gift certificates. So go in. Fantuzo's Acupuncture and get a gift card because you can't go wrong with that, right?
Do they do vaccines?
They don't do vaccines. The name of the show is Keep Quiet, Stay Humble, and Take It on the Chin.
In more ways than one.
Be quiet, stay humble, and take it on the chin. That is the most ridiculous thing that I think I've ever heard in a long time is what someone told another person, and we'll break that down in just a little bit. We're also going to talk about Cuomo and the bills. We're also going to talk about this lady right here. We're going to talk about...
The lovely mayor?
I mean, she's in two stories today, and I don't think you can ignore either one. But, you know, we've always said that the truth will set you free. First off, we want to say as Kimberly's Revolution podcast and Revere Realty that our hearts go out to the family of the RPD officer that was shot yesterday in the neck and was injured by a guy who has been breaking the law.
Convicted felon, I think.
Convicted felon since 1983.
I believe.
In and out of prison the majority of his life. Hit an RPD officer last year in 2019 and has been on the run ever since. They've been looking for him. So he has a history of violence and assault and burglary. And there was a 911 call yesterday morning of someone trying to break into a house at gunpoint. And so RPD arrived, and upon arriving, he started firing his weapon, which I do believe believe was a 22. So our thoughts, we're glad that he is good. We're glad that he was released from the hospital. We are grateful for that. But we got to figure out what the lie and what the truth is. Because there's a number of stories out there and someone's not telling the truth. So we're going to get to the day. You've heard the various stories, right?
Well, Lovely is a lawyer, which makes her a liar.
Oh, wait, you're a lawyer.
But I hate lawyers too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
But
Don't worry, I hate lawyers too.
And I've always raised my kid, if nothing else, I said it is easier to tell the truth than it is trying to cover your ass with a lie, because you're always going to get caught with a lie. And so really, I never had to punish my kid much. Because I never punished Chloe much. I didn't have to, but I
love it. She doesn't get just free reign to say whatever she wants anymore without any sort of fact checking.
But I always told her, it's going to be your butt if mom finds out you're lying. So whatever you're doing, and she never did anything that was worth lying about, whatever you're doing, just tell me the truth. And we'll handle it from there. You can never go wrong with the truth. But for some reason, the city and the mayor do not know how to tell the truth. I don't get it.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Rich is Kimberly's Revolution fact. Facebook has fact checkers. Now Kimberly's Revolution has a fact checker.
She's not wrong. Let's just say she has told Chloe that from day one.
I have, right? I mean, Chloe, I said, listen, if you're lying to me, there's going to be a whole lot of trouble. So if you can't count on people to tell you the truth, then you can't count on the people to begin with at all. And we've covered that in another podcast where, tell me another lie. That was a podcast from 2 episodes ago.
Don't sing it.
So no, don't.
Not allowed to sing it.
Not allowed to sing it. So anyway, we were, and now of course, Governor Cuomo is all about Buffalo Bills plan. Now, Buffalo Bills, go Bills!
Yes.
Are going to have a playoff game. He's thinking about opening up the stadium for 6,700. Now, do they have to be vaccinated? I mean, the whole vaccine, the people getting the vaccine who do not deserve to be getting the vaccine.
Speaking of people that don't deserve to get vaccinated.
Yes.
Can we pause here for a minute?
Let's pause. What are we pausing for? Do you want me to pause and not say anything?
I have a feeling I'm getting vaccinated.
Go ahead.
There's going to be a medical procedure performed on Kimberly's Revolution today.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
This isn't good.
We are not medical professionals, but we practice here on the Kimberly's Revolution podcast. It is groundbreaking, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking medical procedures on Kimberly's Revolution.
I like it.
Goodwill?
I don't know if my wife's bathrobe fits.
Is this the lodge at Woodcliff? What are we doing here?
Very sanitary here.
I'm such a bad person because my part that I was supposed to bring, I screwed up. You've got
isopropyl alcohol.
You've got the alcohol.
We don't want Tom to get infected.
You've got the white robe.
Well, I did eat dog food last night.
Can you please roll up your sleeve?
Which one of us?
Tom.
Tom, roll up your sleeve. That means you have the jacket that lights
Governor
up.
Cuomo, King Andrew gave us authority to administer one vaccine here on Kimberly's Revolution
and he gets it. Why does he get it?
Because he looks sick.
Because he's the guinea pig. You know what? If you start, your head starts turning around and you're spewing out green puke, don't be worried.
That's okay.
It's no big deal. More alcohol will help if you just drink it later.
You're
going to get a shot.
What are you doing?
You're
Great.
Been vaccinated. Plunger went in. This is not a fake vaccine.
Wait a minute. I think I'm going to pass out. That was a big needle.
That was a big deal. I'm glad one of us qualified for the shot. We're a whole lot of stupid here in Kimberly's Revolution. In our cat sweaters and our candy cane jackets.
That actually hurt more than getting a shot.
You make a good doctor.
Dr. Hummel.
You may have missed your calling.
I'm an attorney, a broker, and a doctor.
A doctor, a surgeon.
Maybe right.
Nice.
But so
how'd that go? Are you good now?
I'm good. I got a tattoo and everything.
How are
any
you
bruising?
feeling?
I am. It is bruising.
Any soreness?
It is.
I think you got ink poisoning.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you're supposed to be good. Now, the vaccine is so great that you have to turn around and get a booster.
I gotta get
7 more
another one?
doses, I think.
Right, don't worry. 7 or 8 more doses. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and that nurse that passed out. Did you guys see that video?
Yes.
She literally passed out
So many allergic reactions. And
in
listen,
her press conference.
I'm not opposed to vaccinations. I think the vaccinations are great things. We've said it before here on Kimberly's Revolution.
Don't make me bring Shannon back on.
But I will tell you that you got to slow down and let it just see, how it's going to. I'm not. You forgot to put a Band-Aid on, someone says.
Oh,
Patty says
darn.
and give him a sucker.
Oh, and I forgot my gloves.
Where's his lollipop? And you forgot your gloves.
But remember, that was just a staged vaccination.
Right.
Unlike the real ones that they're giving all the doctors on TV and all the politicians.
Did you see some of the syringes when
Yeah.
they're giving the vaccination still had the orange thing on the end?
Yeah, they're fake. No
They're
gloves
fake.
on. Yeah, they're doing staged. And they actually admitted it. The local doctor at U of R on Twitter, after she was called out for it, she admitted, as hiding it, she
Yeah.
admitted that, A, I got the vaccine, but B, I also did a staged version of it after the fact. And you just wonder, if you
Why-
have to stage it in order to convince me to do it,
Isn't
it's
the
a first time.
original shot enough? It's the real one. Why do you want to stage it later? I mean, people always say to us, hey, why don't you just record your show and play it like it's live? Well, it takes away from the live version. Why do you want to do that? And why would you ever want it isn't live? I mean, hey, we're live. We screw up here and we screw up. There's no editing.
Yeah, if I would have screwed up that vaccine, Tom would be dead right now.
I've screwed up at
There's
least
no going
7
back and
times.
trying to make it better. It's live. Live is live. That's the beauty. It's warts and all. You get it all, right? The truth, generally, you get. When you stage it, then you can fix it and edit it and set it up to look legit. And guess what? It's not. It's Hollywood. It's the Hollywood factor.
I've screwed up at least 8 times today in the first 8 minutes. So
It's
Yeah.
all fake news.
But we're-
It's not like they're making us look any younger.
Right? Exactly.
Right.
So Governor Cuomo, and I've got a little picture of Governor Cuomo. Last week he was the elf on the shelf, and this week, oh boy, oh boy,
That's disgusting.
there he is.
That's-
What's he spewing out of that? I don't know. Oh, Kimberly, that's that's irresponsible and disrespectful.
I'd like to vaccinate him.
Yeah,
Is
right.
that a correct proportion there?
The eerie. Yeah, what did you guys say earlier? You've never seen a butthole that big?
Yeah.
He'd like to take on the chin from Tom.
Not that we have studied buttholes
Yeah.
before, but
Right.
that doesn't look normal.
No.
Well, there's nothing about Cuomo that's normal.
No.
But the fact of the matter is, so they're talking about reviewing the Buffalo Bills plans and allowing the Bills to have fans at the stadium, which I'm all about, right? But that doesn't help the restaurants in Erie County that are completely shut down. I mean, if they're going to open up the stadium, for God's sakes, open up the restaurants. And if you're going to open up the restaurants, if you're allowing people to go see football,
Open the schools
open up the nursing home.
and the nurse.
People can't go see their relatives in the nursing home, but priorities, people, priorities. You can go see the Bills game. 6,700. I don't know how they do it. I mean, it's 8,000 can go. I don't know how many season ticket holders there are, but how do they decide what 6,700 get to go to the games?
King Andy's going to check his donor list. That's how.
Oh,
Well,
is that it?
It brings up the point. I mean, earlier in the season, he said absolutely not. There was no way, on a safety factor, that
Right.
there was no way to do it.
Right.
But now all of a
But
sudden,
now all of a
we're
sudden the
changing.
Bills are in the playoffs and there's a way to get it done.
Yeah, and he
It's a
and
way
he,
to get it done.
In his words, he commissioned a study and he's talking with local experts, blah blah blah. There's NFL teams all over the
Yes,
country
that's what that is.
are
You know
allowing
that.
their fans into the
I
stadium.
thought it was the other way.
What are you two doing?
Isn't it the other way? What was
Rich,
that?
they're ruining the entire podcast, these two.
No, I'm just saying, you know what? You can't, say one thing 2 months ago.
Oh, yes,
and
he can.
The virus is worse now, right? I mean, if you're going to pay attention to any of the numbers that Monroe County is spewing, there are more people coming down with the virus and there are more people hospitalized,
So
right?
what's the projection after Christmas? What are they saying?
I don't know. It's going to be off the chart.
Well,
right?
yeah, a couple weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, actually, they released a report that, upwards of another 250,000 people were going to die, potentially. It's always the potential.
But they don't mention COVID, and it's all about getting money, right? Because the state gets more money per COVID death. Isn't that how it works?
Oh, yeah. Per hospitalization.
Per hospitalization, you get more money. There's more money on the table, but there's that, and then they don't tell you what these people are really dying from. That's what we've been saying all along.
It's cognitive dissonance. It really is.
Which, again, for our listeners and watchers that weren't here with us last week,
hypocrisy.
It's hypocrisy. So the Erie County executive says he has no idea, his administration has zero idea what Cuomo's plan is, because Cuomo hasn't reached out to him to have a conversation about how they would handle the Bill Stadium during the playoffs, and how many fans it would be allowed, and are they going to do automatic testing before they go into the Bills game, because that's the understanding, is that they'll do rapid testing on the spot. But you can't do rapid testing right on the spot to save restaurants that are dying downtown, and you can't do rapid testing for someone to go see their dying relative in the hospital. We have our priorities out of whack, people. They're completely nuts. They're bonkers. It's nuts.
Wait a minute.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's it.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
You were supposed to bring like a syringe with you?
Yes.
Were you going to stick that in
Yes.
me?
I foobarred the whole bit.
Really?
Okay, so here's what happened.
My physician's assistant dropped the ball.
I did. So my mom has a home health nurse that comes in every week and gives her a B12 shot, because my mom will be 87 in January, and she just doesn't have a whole lot of energy. And believe me, guys, I got to tell you, we are having a hell of a time trying to get her blood pressure. Every week, it's the same thing.
She had a lot of energy telling me where to move the furniture today.
Yeah, Rich has been painting her room because she was tired of the mint green. So my mother said, I picked out a paint sample that she would like. She saw it in a magazine. And so my husband, on his day off, painted my mother's bonus room where the in-law suite is.
Nice.
It was very nice. I'll give him a pat.
But does she crave Shamrock Shakes because of her room color?
She always hated the mint green. But anyway, so the nurse comes in, and I say to the nurse, because Rich and my mom both say, that nurse is not going to give you that needle. I said, you paid for that needle. Your insurance paid for that needle.
This poor nurse is going to have her medical license taken away by morning.
We get to keep the needle. So I asked her, I said, hey, so after you're finished giving the B12 shot to my mother, we need it. I need it. Not to shoot up, not because I'm a druggie. And then I had to tell her what I did for a living, because she's young and apparently never heard of the show before. And I said, I swear to God, I'm not a junkie. I'm not chasing the dragon.
I think I'm having side effects.
I'm not doing any of that. So she goes,
what is chasing the dragon?
The heroin. You're chasing the heroin.
Chasing the dragon?
How did you know that? How did you know that?
You're chasing the heroin high. I read books.
Show them the tracks.
I read books. I do it between my toes, like Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I am savage, like rock and roll.
Fitzy, are we going to be allowed back in the new year?
So anyway, so I say to the lady, hey, can we have the syringe? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I look at my mother and Rich, and I said, see how easy that was?
Yeah. Needless to say, I was $100 short out of the safe right after that.
So not only was he going to stick me with a needle, but he was going to use the used one from your mother?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, used needle. There's nothing wrong with a used needle.
It was
Hey,
a B12 shot. You'd have been fine.
hey, you know what? We can serve
Right.
around here, Tom. We can serve.
I'm going to
That's
give you.
fine.
I'm going to give you a B69 shot later.
I understand my place on this show, guys. Don't worry about it.
we like to conserve the environment. If it's good for my mother, the needle, it's good for you.
Okay.
Okay? All right?
I'm in.
Okay, fantastic.
We'll give him his booster shot next week.
So,
Put a picture of Tom up there with Cuomo, before and after.
Right.
with the butt.
Hey.
Exactly. All right.
Bell's
Here-
palsy.
Speaking of COVID, you know that the stimulus money package has been approved, right? It's like, but do you
More
know
government welfare.
900 billion, I believe.
900 billion?
Borrowed from China.
You, I don't know if you do or not. We don't get the 600. You guys probably don't get the 600. It's less than the stimulus package that went out before, where I think everyone got $1,200,
If
right?
I don't get the 600, I'm breaking windows at Target.
And I just hate, of course, are you? I'm in. I'm going to go. So $900 billion. And let me just tell you where some of this money goes. Do you know this? It's 5,593 pages
I can imagine.
of this.
How much
package.
does
It's
Planned Parenthood get?
ridiculous.
Good point.
I don't know how much Planned Parenthood gets, but let me tell you that Pakistan gets 12 million. 2.5 million.
Stop.
2.5 million goes to gender studies in
Gender
Pakistan.
studies.
The Ukraine gets 450 million. I'm not making this up. You can look it up anywhere. And the story's everywhere.
How much does Hunter get?
I don't know how much
Hunter gets it from Ukraine. He doesn't get it from us.
the Biden, illegal mafia family gets from the Russians or the Moscow mayor
Right.
or China or what they get.
There he is.
But I will tell you that.
Hey, Hunter.
So the Ukraine gets 450. The Sudan gets 700 million.
The Sudan?
Pakistan gets 10.
That's to kill all those little babies over there with bad vaccine trials.
Israel gets 500 million
Oh, that's fine.
for the Israeli defense purchases, including the equipment to the
Approved.
Iron Dome missile
That
defense
might be the
system.
funniest thing you've said on the whole show.
And here's the thing. 2.5 million for internet freedom programs to close societies, but you only get $600. There's $900 billion in the stimulus package, and Pakistan, the Ukraine, and the Sudan are getting a shit ton of money, and you're getting nothing. Nothing.
Rich, have you fact-checked any of this?
I have not.
Because I'm right.
Well, isn't there like
Because I'm right. You can Google it. Google it. Listen, the politicians in D.C. about you. They have all of the pork belly hooked on to this stimulus bill. Hopefully, President Trump will veto this. I'm not kidding. There is,
He should.
can I just say, 101 million to combat the transnational threat of wildlife poaching and trafficking. Are you kidding me? Isn't this supposed to be about your health and money to support your family?
Do we have 57 seconds to hear what this guy has to say about the package?
Yes.
The PSA announcement is we do support animals, right?
We do support animals,
Right.
but this is the COVID stimulus bill, right?
All right, listen
We're all
carefully.
for
Okay.
animals here at the Kimberly
We are.
Revolution.
Of course we are.
All right, listen carefully.
Okay.
Game, this is some cold game for you right now. For 4 years, they told you that Donald Trump was responsible for everything wrong under the sun. But for those of us that actually went to school and paid attention in civic class, we realized that the laws that are created, it starts in the House. Then it's passed to the Senate. So if any laws that's been going on for 40, 50 years that's been racist or unjust, it's because of the fucking House and the Senate. Okay? Not the president. Anytime you talk about funds not being allocated, now that you see Nancy Pelosi been holding up all that money, then decided to give your punk asses only $600, you realize it's not the president, it's the House and the Senate. So while you slept at the wheel, while all you jackasses burnt down your country and everything else, you're a fucking jackass and you played yourself. Because it's these criminals that we need to get rid of. Fucking dummies.
I like him. He's good. That's
Yeah.
right.
People are getting woke.
And people are saying, why can't it be more? We need more money. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. We need more people to be reliant on the government and give us money so that they can keep us down.
That's
the scary part.
That's the true evil right there.
That is the true evil. Let's make everyone dependent on the government.
Because most people are clamoring for more money.
We
not
don't want
less.
them to work. We want to take their businesses away.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, for people coming over in from the UK into New York City, Governor Cuomo says a sheriff deputy is going to visit your house. It's $1,000 fine if you're coming over from the UK into New York State, New York City, wherever. They're going to send police officers to your house.
The UK, as in Britain?
Yes.
Well, here on Kimberly's Revolution, 1776, we don't really like the British anyway, do we?
No, we don't like them. I kind of
Although
like
I'm good with it. I'll prove.
Although we do have one
I
listener
approve.
from England, and we like him.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We do.
We apologize.
You like him?
Here at the Kimberly Revolution Show,
But-
we apologize
It only
to the
took
one,
13 shows for somebody to apologize on my behalf.
to the
that's
one
the truth.
English.
That's the truth. I mean, I'm sorry. Do we live in a Nazi society? What are we doing? Thinking, and the sheep are going along with it like it's okay.
Hitler was a great leader.
We're the bad people thinking, screw you, I'm not answering any questions. I'm not going to get a vaccination. I don't have to tell anyone where I'm coming.
Anti-vaxxer.
I'm not coming. I don't have to tell anyone what I'm doing at the airport. I don't have to tell anyone where I've been or where I'm going. It's my right as a citizen that I don't have to tell you that. I'm not a criminal. I've done nothing wrong. Those are your rights, and they're being taken away from you. You're a lawyer. You know that.
If you get pulled over by a police officer, do you have to answer their questions?
I am polite, and if he asks for my driver's license,
What if it's a she?
Or a she.
Kimberly, take a deep breath. High blood pressure's in your family history.
I know.
You're going to lose it right now.
I know.
Okay?
I'm just so
You
angry
turn off the car.
about the
Breathe.
COVID money. It should drive every single one of us crazy. Why is Pakistan getting money? Why is the Sudan? Why are they giving money
Lobbyists.
for 2 new museums in D.C.? Like, we need a women's issue and Latino museum. Can't they just be combined with the museum that we already have?
It's going
Of
to cure
course they can.
It's going to cure the COVID, though.
That's
It is insane.
the insanity of the whole thing, isn't it?
When
It
did
really
they start taking down the wall?
Well, I mean, oddly enough, there is money for the wall in this COVID stimulus package. There is
What?
$1.4 billion for more construction on the southern border.
Really?
Approved.
Which, by the way, there was. Let me just say,
I like this bill.
there was also, the wall situation was already in construction during,
Canada gets nothing out of this?
Obama. I don't see
No, they
anything.
closed their borders to us.
Yeah.
They should
Okay.
get nothing.
Can't even go to Toronto.
Yeah.
I like Toronto. It's a great city.
Yeah, great.
The
city.
Eaton Center.
Right, exactly.
Ontario Place.
Yes. So
My favorite places.
here is the other thing that I'm livid about today. And
How could you be mad about so many things in one day?
I know. And
Just
it's
remember
Christmas.
to breathe.
Welcome to my world.
My wife accuses me of waking up angry, but you're doing me and then some.
But didn't you have the cat sweater on? And I
I put the
don't
cat
wanna...
sweater on and I got happy this morning.
Did you?
Yes.
How hot?
And
Where'd you get that?
And they all made fun of me.
It's like a heavy sweater,
You
Chad.
deserve
It is.
it.
I'm very warm.
Yeah, are you?
I think I got it at Bonton or something.
So let me ask you, if someone came to you and said, Chad, listen, and you're the chief of police, and they said to you, the mayor's going to come out, she's got a whole different take on this Daniel Prude thing. What we want you to do, Chief Hummel, is to
Doctor?
keep quiet, stay humble, and take it on the chin, because she's going to beat you up a little. Can you even imagine if someone said that to you guys, and you're in a position of a police chief in a city? There it is right there. Laurent Singletary has lawyered up and is suing and has said that Mayor Lovely Warren wanted him to lie about the Daniel Prude case, wanted his narrative to be her narrative, and said, do whatever you can to make the stories the same. And Bo Cephas Archie, the guy that was fired from Brockport as the equity guy? I don't even know what he did. I don't even think. The reason he was
Chief Equity Officer.
he was fired from Brockport
He was the CEO.
he was not doing his job. Cephas Archie. So Cephas Archie comes to Laurent Singletary in September and says,
Cephas Archie.
Cephas says to Chief Laurent Singletary, you need to keep quiet, you need to be humble, and you need to take it on the chin, because the mayor is going to
Blast you.
beat you up. You need to make sure that you guys are on the same page. To which I do believe Laurent Singletary said at that point in time, he could see the writing on the wall, right? He was going to be the sacrificial lamb, right?
Yep.
He was going to be the guy that was going to be thrown out there, and they were basically, they were going to do their hatchet job. Your mother bought you that sweater, she said.
Oops.
Oops.
That's the only one we have watching right now is Chad's mother.
So now
Chad's
we got Rich.
mother.
We got Rich fact checking the show, and now we got my
Your
mom
mother.
fact. Now we're in trouble.
So there is what did I say it was? It was a 20-page claim. Isn't
Yeah,
that what
notice of claim.
Notice of claim.
Yes.
And in that
Which is-
notice of claim,
And normally a notice is like a page and a half.
No, this one was 10 pages.
Yeah. No, it's 20, I think. Or more.
20 pages. Yeah, I'm sorry. 20 pages. So basically, it talks about how Lovely Warren said she didn't know anything from the beginning. But the claim says that Lovely Warren knew everything that happened starting on March 23rd.
Of course she did.
And then
how could she not?
That on September 3rd, all those months later, Lovely Warren directed Laron Singletary to suspend all of the officers involved in Daniel Prude's death and to drop all charges against the protesters. And that's when Cephas Archie, the city's chief equity officer, same guy that was fired in Brockport for not doing his job.
Do you get a badge for that?
I don't. What, getting fired for not doing your job?
No, when you're an equity officer.
I don't know.
Do you get a gun and a badge? How does that work?
Can you drive 90 on the thruway if you're that guy?
Well, apparently, Chad, you can go to the police chief and tell him, hey, lie for the mayor or else it's not going to go well for you down the line.
My head would pop off. It would go through the ceiling, and I'd have to go up to the second floor to get it back.
Now, let me just do this. I don't know if Laron Singletary would have ever filed his notice of claim or ever come out and said that the mayor is lying and wanted my narrative. I don't know if we would have ever heard from Laron Singletary if none of this had gone down with the mayor.
Exactly correct.
I'm sure that he would have kept his mouth shut. But once Mayor Lovely Warren made him the fall guy, he was done with it.
Well, that
but
and once she fired him.
I'm not sure that Laron Singletary would have ever come forward with any of this information had he not been fired and made to look like the fall guy. I mean, you got to wonder that, right?
Yeah. So clearly, Lovely knew what she was doing. The reason why she fired him, in hindsight now, is because she was trying to create the motive for his lawsuit.
Right.
She knew what the truth was. She knew what happened between March and September. So she knew that eventually this is all going to go bad for who? For Singletary? No, because he didn't do anything wrong.
No.
She knew it was all going to go bad for her, so she needed to fire him. Because he resigned, right? She didn't have to fire him. There was no reason to fire him.
Right.
She fired him in order to create the argument that once he sues me, I'll just paint him as a disgruntled former employee that got fired. So that's why she fired him. It was a very calculated move on her part, pretty shrewd and pretty,
but
underhanded.
It backfired.
It's backfired.
It's
exactly.
backfiring.
Because what's his motive to lie? What's his motive to make up these allegations that are in this notice of claim?
Because he's out of a job.
Well, he wants to clear his name too.
But he's out of a job, right? He's not getting paid, so he has no motive. It's the truth.
It's the truth. That's his motive.
Which
is to clear his name to get the truth out there.
Which none of this would have happened if they would have come out initially on March 23rd and said, okay, here's the incident, here's how it went down, here's the video. The mayor knows about it all. If they would have come out and said that from the beginning, but they didn't because they wanted to cover it up.
But who would have come out and said that she knew?
Should have.
Yeah.
She should have said, I was notified last night by RPD. This is under investigation. This is the situation. But they didn't do that because they don't know how to be truthful. They wouldn't know the truth if it came up and smacked them right on the chin. Take it on the chin.
Yeah. How can she pretend that she didn't know? It's just it doesn't even make sense.
But that's and that was in there.
She's the mayor.
She had her henchman, and he'd been fired. And so you only hire people that are going to be your lackeys, right? You only hire people, you make them feel like, hey, I'm here for you. I hired your dumbass. You're fired from Brockport because you don't know what you're doing and you can't do your job. So Cephas, I'm going to hire you, and then you're beck and call. You're going to be my beck and call boy. That's what you're going to be. And when I tell you to jump, you're going to say how high. And when I tell you to go tell LaRon to, be quiet and be humble and take it on the chin, that's exactly what you're going to do. And that's what he did. And here we are. Here we are.
And here we are on Kimberly's Revolution.
It's the craziest thing. The lying, the deception, the city mismanagement.
Is Tom still here?
Every city person should be in an uproar over this. They really should. And I know it's Christmas and you want to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. But it's been a shit show of a year. Let's just be frank.
It's
been
a dumpster
shit
fire.
show of a year.
Where's that
perspective, right? I'm having a great time.
It's been a good year.
I'm having a great time.
So
Congratulations, Linda, for being nominated as a top fan the last couple days.
Yeah, that's right. We have a
oh shoot, I forgot something.
we have a listener and a good friend and a new advertiser that's going to join us here in like 2 minutes. But before we get to that, I want to get to the other thing, the other big lie. The other big lie besides
Why is she looking at me?
Besides, keep quiet, stay humble, and take it on the chin. And by the way, Fantuzo's Acupuncture, our first ever advertiser to the Kimberly Revolution show. We appreciate the crap out of him. And Fantuzo's Acupuncture has been with us from day one.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that you guys go out and support local small business. And if you're having issues with your health or your neck or your back, or if you want to quit smoking, acupuncture can help you with all those things, and it can help, addiction as well. So it can make that process a whole lot easier on you. And they have CBD oil, which apparently CBD oil, they do the cupping.
No, we do. We appreciate Fantuzo.
We do.
He took a risk on an unknown, and we appreciate that. We're all about risk here at Kimberly's Revolution.
I showed you what a worthless piece of crap woman in the city who used to be a judge posted on her Facebook page about the RPD officer that was shot. This
And now
comes
the news.
Your Honor.
from the former drunky judge who is mentally ill
Still has her law license.
and stupid, y'all. She is mentally ill and stupid. I feel empathy and compassion for all humans, including cops. Having said that, I wonder if it's possible the alleged shooter, this guy who has been a lifetime felon, by the way, since 1983, may have been in fear for his life and just hoping to make it home to his loved ones for the holidays. But he made a sidetrack into robbing a house, breaking in
Allegedly.
armed break-in, to which this officer from the RPD, a 15-year veteran of the RPD, good guy, was doing his job, shows up to protect, fired immediately. It is my understanding that from a source that the .22 caliber bullet, he was shot through the ear. The bullet lodged right next to his spine. They're leaving the bullet in because it's not affecting anything. They want to see how the swelling goes down, and then they'll take it from there. But he was discharged last night. We had heard that Lovely Warren...
So he still has the bullet in him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
I know. Aren't you afraid of like one bad fall? If your wife kicks you
Right.
in the head in the middle of the night accidentally or something? I don't know.
That's almost as risky as me vaccinating Tom on air.
Yeah, I think I'd rather take the bullet.
I know,
with a
right?
pen.
But so we hear three stories, and all are plausible. But the first question that media should have been asking is, did the mayor go see the RPD officer? So here's what we have heard since yesterday. We have heard that Mayor Lovely called because she didn't want to go down to the hospital
Because she had to.
due to COVID, right?
Oh, that's very thoughtful of her.
Then given, yes, she is a joke. Then we heard from the police chief yesterday. We
have one of those?
Yes.
Bob Duffy?
Cynthia Harriet Sullivan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We heard from Chief Sullivan that Mayor Lovely was with her. They went to see the injured RPD officer who was shot yesterday by a guy who's been a lifelong felon, and that they together spoke with him and he's doing fine.
So who's lying?
Then there's the third story that Mayor Lovely showed up to, where the cops had staged an area at Strong, and that the officer had made it very clear in no uncertain terms that he did not want to see her.
I believe story number 3.
Did she bring him a wine and cheese basket?
I would have loved that. I do love some wine and cheese. Honey, you love wine and cheese.
Yeah, how do you think the conversation went?
Yeah.
Which one?
Hey, the mayor's outside your
Right.
door.
Tell her to get the fuck out of
Could
here.
you
Which
close my
conversation?
curtain?
I don't even know. But yeah, so you have a drunk judge
Tell her to duck when
posting
she
crap
comes in.
like that, and then you can't even get the truth out of the chief or the mayor about what actually went down. It's not about you, Police Chief Sullivan, and it's not about you, Mayor Lovely Liar. It's about the RPD officer.
Allegedly.
Figure it out. What's your story? And go with that. Don't have all these stories going around. So did she call? Did she go and she was denied? Or is the whole thing just, made up?
She probably didn't have her mask on.
I'm going fake news, Kimberly.
Someone said that the whole thing was fake news, and I'm like, which story?
I was going to say,
Oh.
one
Which
of those,
story is fake?
one of those has to be true.
One of them is true.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise, what's behind door number 4, and that would be that she just completely ignored the situation. That can't be the story, right? It can't be that she just didn't make a call.
Big shell game, Chad.
Didn't do anything, right?
Isn't it concerning that the police chief would stand up there and either lie or I don't know. I don't know what
Keep quiet.
right.
Stay humble. And take it on the chin.
Take it on the chin.
Exactly. That's
Thank
all you
you,
got.
honey.
That's all you got to know.
Thank you. Hey, can we bring our guest in? So that's all. I mean, I can't wrap my head around people who can't tell the truth.
It is a big head.
I do have a big
You
head.
can't handle the truth.
I do have we have guests in the studio.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to sit over here? You want to sit over here? We'll switch you. Did you bring your lovely wife?
Taylor.
I did not bring the lovely
You didn't bring your lovely
500
wife.
help.
Yeah, you can switch.
Take my spot.
Yeah, you can switch.
How's it going,
You can
man?
switch. So every year for the past, I don't know how many years, this guy has been an advertiser on whatever show I happen to be on.
We followed you around. a little
You
bit.
follow.
I know both sides of the street.
You can move. You can. Okay. So
Jerry, nice to meet you.
Jerry
Pleasure.
McCullough.
Jerry McCullough.
Jerry McCullough, meet
Hi, Jerry.
Chet Hummel,
Hi, Chad. Pleasure to meet you.
and Jerry meet.
Pleasure to meet you.
These are the two guys who own Revere Realty, who hired me to be their licensed real estate salesperson.
Saleswoman.
And then when we started having a conversation about me selling houses, they then said, hey, why don't we do a podcast?
It went like this. It went like, so when are you going back to the radio? Never.
That's
What
what I said.
what about a podcast?
Never.
Oh.
Oh, I said never, and
You
then
said,
I'm
oh.
like, oh.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we've pretty
I
much
don't know.
regretted this, Jerry, until you showed up.
Well, good. Good.
Now it seems like it's worth it.
So Merry Christmas. This is the last one. No.
Holy hell.
So, the great thing about it is we can't be canceled. you
Right.
know?
No.
We like to speak the truth.
Only Fitzy can cancel us.
And we like to leave people to make their own form their own ideas about what's going on in the world. But anyway,
We like people to come up with their own lies.
yes, come up with your own lies.
Tell me
We call it
lies.
simple fabrication, but
Listen,
call it what you wish.
I'm a very simple girl. I like loyalty and the truth.
You're a Grinch.
And I'm a Grinch. My resting Grinch face. Do you like that?
I like it.
My resting Grinch face. Yeah.
Other than the simple girl part that you started
I'm a
off
very
the
I'm a
conversation
very
with.
simple girl.
And apparently, as long as Rich is loyal, everything's fine.
He's known me for a long time, Jerry and his lovely wife Dawn. And how I met them was
Well, you kicked Rich out of the chair as
Right.
soon as Jerry
I
walked
know.
in the
Yeah.
room.
So
So
how loyal was that?
so Jerry and I we've made our rounds through the jobs. You have a new job. I have a new job.
Absolutely.
I have a new job.
Times change.
So the first time I met Jerry and his wife, we're at the Ganson House in Leroy, which was an amazing place.
is that a watering hole?
Of course it is. Of course it is. So a guy named Carl ran the joint, and he was getting up there in years. And
Yeah.
so we're sitting at the bar, and Jerry and his lovely wife Dawn are at the Ganson House, and my husband, who can recognize anyone, goes, "Hey, there's that guy from the commercials." And I'm
Nice.
like, "What guy from the commercials?" He goes, "Those commercials." And I'm like, that is not that guy from the commercials. And then I'm looking, and I'm like, that might be the guy from the commercials.
On our third pass, when I looked at my wine, I go, I think that lady over there's getting a little tipsy. So on our third pass, she just
Shocker.
I stopped over and I said, "Hey, I'm Kimberly. I'm not being weird. My husband recognized you.
My husband's being weird.
My husband's being weird. And I just wanted to stop and say hi because I knew he had just signed up for a big advertising campaign on our morning show. We were on mornings at the time. And then Jerry followed us to afternoons. And now he is with a different company, which is Taylor.
Call
500
500 help.
That's right. Absolutely.
We've been practicing all week.
Yeah. Yeah. we're not actually in sync, but we will be.
Yes,
You
we're-
know,
It's gonna
it's
take
some-
a little bit of
the
time.
harmonizing is not our strong suit.
We'll send you the jingle. We're currently putting together our advertising budget as we speak, and obviously Kimberly knows, and her previous.
I'm going to move this. There
Move
you go.
it right there.
Yeah, I'm going to move it right there.
Well, I don't have headphones on right at the
No, you
moment.
can't.
So
You
I
It's been
can't.
13
Hey.
weeks, and I don't know how to use the equipment yet either.
Hey, he's a rookie.
He is a rookie.
I didn't see him hiding there.
Yeah, there you go.
There
So-
we go. Now I can talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now you're fully part of the.
I am part of the team.
We don't have to pay him, do we?
Yeah, no.
Okay, good.
No, you just me.
Okay.
You just pay me.
In,
All
Feb-
right.
in February.
Yes, please.
We just take care of all of your comfort needs. That's all.
Yeah, at Taylor.
Taylor.
So you do the heating, you do the plumbing, you do the air
Air
conditioning.
conditioning in this time of need where everybody is kind of stuck within the house and have a hard time getting out. The air purification systems out there are absolutely incredible what they have now.
But here the thing is, you fit right into the program because, a lot of times we'll go into houses and we'll look at something and go, oh boy, I don't know how you're going to sell the house with the furnace like this, or let me get someone that I know that I trust that can kind of come in here and give it the once over and see what's going on. So,
Look, when I bought my first
Absolutely.
house, the inspector told me that the furnace was at its end of life.
Yeah.
It was probably 25 to 30 years old. I lived there
move down that
for 13 years, and I sold the furnace. I sold the house with the furnace.
Did you?
Yeah, it was 25 years old when I bought the house. It went another 30 years.
Yeah. So apparently, the reason that Jerry is a good fit is because,
Because he's wearing the shirt?
because he does that. He's got swag like you got
Yeah.
Speedway swag.
Yeah. I like
Right.
that shirt.
Tom
advertises for Speedway.
I
Tom
do.
has a Speedway jacket, and I'm like, where do you get that swag? You got like a Taylor shirt.
I like
Yours is
it.
all like it's
It's all,
starched.
it's all starched up and everything.
Oh,
Look at that.
500 help.
How do I get one of those
That is
shirts?
awesome.
Well, I need to know is your size. We got you one, that's for sure.
I want a big old
Extra
shirt.
small, right, Kimberly?
Thank you, boy. You're smart. Your wife has trained you so well.
I wear extra medium.
Every day.
He wants one with cats on it.
I just go extra white and take an extra one to work.
Can we
because
get one with
something's
cats?
bound to happen.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no coffee stains on it.
Not
So
yet. We trying to keep them good.
So Jerry had called me on Sunday and said, hey, after the first of the year, they're putting together this budget, and so we'd like to welcome you to the team. We're excited that you're joining us. And again, like I said, I appreciate loyalty mostly above everything else, and we're grateful for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always enjoyed being part of your team. I mean, you know that.
Yeah, for
Kimberly
years.
And I and Rich, we've enjoyed many evenings out for dinner and maybe a cocktail here and there afterwards.
Not me. I
Not
don't.
her. It's
I
not
don't
her.
drink. I'm.
Kimberly always has
Shocker.
to drive, so she's the quiet one.
All I can say is thank God for Uber. Because I'm a lightweight. But we were talking with Jerry. It's like there are so many places that you find that you can go and hang out, like the Ganson House, which is gone now, or Remington's, which was the other place. I think we
That
went
is
with you to
correct.
Remington's, right?
I mean,
We did.
Yeah.
where was that at? I remember. Yeah.
And then they changed it into something else, and it just went downhill. But Remington's was like a great place just to go and hang out, and now all those places are kind of going under. How is, under Governor Cuomo's rule, how is Taylor's heating and cooling doing under, all the COVID? Are you guys like crazy busy?
We have, like I said, I mean, anytime any of our technicians walk into your house,
There
we
you
have
go.
the
He's
gloves,
holding up his gloves and
we
his mask.
have the mask, I have the booties.
And in a moment, we're going to vaccinate you.
Hey, what the heck?
Where it's a used needle, you don't mind,
As
right?
long as it's a fake vaccination.
It's already been used twice.
He's got his doctor's getup. He
I can
borrowed his wife's white robe. I think that's important.
We have the isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
I can
We're
squinch
ready.
like it hurts.
Jerry, come on over here real quick.
Yeah,
The only
that's a
shot
good
he
move.
wants is like a shot of tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There you go.
so the
Does
thing
Taylor bring those?
the shots of tequila?
Yeah.
No, I don't. think.
No.
If you saw the on the way here,
How's it? Oh, is the traffic crazy?
yeah, it's probably from here now all the way to East Rochester exit, completely backed up. And
Get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going home that way.
I saw a terrible accident near the Victor exit earlier today.
Yeah.
I was heading out to my buddy's barbershop, Uncle Frank's Men's Club. I don't know if you guys noticed how nice my hair
Your
looks.
hair looks very
good.
nice.
Yeah,
Your
my hair
very
hadn't
good.
been cut in several months. So.
I got shaggy there over the summer. Well, my wife and I kind of kicked back with the donation and the socialism. And I never thought I'd be a socialist, but we spent a lot of time down at the lake on the boat. And
Got your Jesus sandals out?
You were very socialized.
Well, look, you can rationalize.
Stocks. I got them.
Taxpayers are able to rationalize anything. If you give a check to the government, it's okay to take a check from the government. It's those that don't give a check to the government.
Yeah, well,
that
I don't
shouldn't
give a
be-
check, Chad.
I don't give a check either, Tom.
I know they take it.
I don't know if you guys want to admit that on air.
So how many guys do you have working for you guys at
We
Taylor?
have
Do you know?
4 install crews, 4 plumbers. We have, as far as our green energy company, we have 3 representatives for that.
So you're looking to grow Taylor's Heating and Cooling to the next
Yeah.
level, right? And so
Yeah.
we're just the team to do it. I mean, he is.
All right.
I remember when he started with the old company, nobody really knew who they were. And by the time he was finished with them, you had worked a miracle.
Yeah.
Because whatever, that company was, it was on the tip of everyone's tongue. Knew it, and everyone knew the jingle. And so
Is that like the former company that you used to work for?
kind of sort of is. Yeah.
Right.
And then, they don't appreciate the one that got you to the big dance. And so, things happen. But the fact of the matter is you took the summer off. You enjoyed yourself, right?
A little too much on occasion, but we did have a lot of fun.
What
We got
lake? You have a place
lot
on the
of
lake?
sun.
Where at?
It's Rushford Lake, actually. It's down by West College.
Oh, yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful down there.
It is absolutely beautiful. It's quiet.
My daughter had an indoor track meet at Houghton College last year, so
isn't
we
that-
had a
yeah.
chance to ride down there. It's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful down there.
Pagula and
Yes.
Carr, his wife, but
Yeah, the Pagulas
they
put all their
built
money
one
into
heck
Houghton.
of a facility there. Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful.
That's good to
Nice.
see private money at work, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, the government doesn't like that.
I like a lot of money. Money is good.
Shocking.
Money is
You like a lot of money?
I like a lot of money. I do.
And you'll get your next check in
Wow.
February.
That's pretty shocking there, Princess.
Jerry called me, it was right.
Hey, Rich, is the show any better from behind the glass? Or it's got to be, right?
Jerry called me
It's really good.
right at the Chiefs game, and I said, the Chiefs game is getting ready to start. You know that, right? So,
You can't say Chiefs.
Chiefs.
That's racist.
They won't change the Kansas City Chiefs name. I don't believe. I mean,
Of course
you're
it is.
You're a chief. That's like with great pride. You are an Indian chief. That is,
Like the Redskins logo, right?
the Redskins might be a little different because
Oh,
it was a
stop
derogatory
it.
term. I
Didn't
don't
I hear
know.
they're
it.
changing the Cleveland Indians, too?
Stop
It's so stupid.
What about the logo? Was the Redskins logo derogatory? A proud
I-
Indian chief with his
I don't
headdress
think
on?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
You just said the Redskins name was offensive.
I'm just saying that's what people say.
I
I
was a
don't
die-
think. I
I was
don't
a-
think it is.
I was a diehard Redskins fan as a kid.
Oh my!
It makes me
goodness,
very
I'm
sad.
sorry.
They were good back then.
Well, I grew up in the South, so not that far from D.C. So everybody at my age, we jumped on the band. Dallas Cowboys because they were the
God.
best team, and
America's team.
everybody else in my family hated me and the Cowboys and
Nobody
my brother.
likes the
and
Cowboys.
Everybody liked Washington.
And it
so.
seems like you have all your fingers and all your teeth and everything, Jerry.
I've got most of them. A couple reattached.
He's one of the lucky ones. He got out of
He's a fan of Cracker Barrel?
Virginia. I'm a fan of Cracker Barrel. I love Cracker Barrel.
I'm a cracker.
See, I like a little bit.
He's got wang there in
Did
his
you just
voice.
call me a dumpling?
Whereabouts did you grow up?
Virginia's eastern shore, the Delmarva Peninsula. It's if you've ever heard of Chincoteague Island, Assateague Island, where the horses
Assateague, yeah.
horses run free.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I was the only one that got out. My family was not as smart as I was.
They don't have their teeth.
They got smart,
So-
moved to Florida in the winter, and they stay there in the summer.
I don't think they have coal mines there, so it's okay.
You know that New York is going to lose one of the House seats because of the major population decline because everyone's going to
Good.
Florida.
Because of the
Florida,
weather.
Yeah.
Florida and Texas are going to gain positions in the House.
Yes. Oh.
Yes, it's because of the weather.
So
because
not
of the
Rhode
weather.
Island?
Isn't
And
that what
there's no
Governor
corona.
Cuomo said earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
No COVID in Florida.
Exactly.
Alaska's
not
not
like
getting
the
another
heat.
one.
Yeah. So, we're going to lose a House seat because of
Cuomo.
Cuomo. Hate to say it, but
You know what though? That's actually a good thing. I'm going to put my political science hat on for a minute.
Please.
Way back in the day when I went to St. John Fisher, they actually gave me a degree because once I paid off the tuition a couple years after I graduated.
How many times did you argue with the professor?
Oh,
I just
all
like
the
to
time.
know. Yeah,
all the time. But here's the political science take on that. New York, we don't get anything from the trial anyway in D.C., right? Our presidential vote is entirely meaningless.
Yes, completely.
So I was more than happy to see that the reason why Florida was able to carry the Republican Party so easily in the presidential election this year, when every other year it's a swing, is because all of the New York Republicans have moved to Florida.
Exactly.
So let them keep going, because New York is a lost cause anyway when it comes to politics.
Well, I mean, that's
let
so
them
true.
go to Florida.
So-
That's so true.
It's actually picking up some votes down in Florida for us.
So is
on
the one
presidential
seat
level.
we're getting rid of AOC's seat?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, the squad. Yeah, I don't
Squad.
think. I think she stays. I think she fits right in to the
All right.
socialist.
So she's moving to Florida?
I mean,
More money for Israel.
yeah. Yeah, you're not getting any COVID stimulus, are you?
No, I don't think I'm getting any of that this year.
No. You know what? We're hardworking stiffs.
Stimulus.
That's what we do.
They don't want you to get. They don't want you to earn your own paycheck. They want you to get stimulated by the government.
Right, exactly. So tell us, who owns Taylor?
It's Tony DiCiacci. Been in business
So
since
he's German then?
1947. Yeah. Nice Irish guy. I fit right in McCullough.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So it's Tony DiCiaccia, and he's the guy that hired you.
He's the guy that hired me, and he has
He's a
a co-owner.
smart guy.
Aurel
He's a
Cormier.
genius.
Yeah. Well, if he hired me,
It's a genius.
Is the verdict still out?
The verdict is still out on that one, but
The jury's still deliberating.
Well, you know that the thing is, and we had the conversation the other day, is that podcasts are really, the wave of the future, and you and I talked about that, and it really is. I mean, you can watch, you can listen whenever you want, and people do at their leisure. They can listen on Apple Podcasts. You can listen on YouTube. You can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Facebook. I mean, so many people get their, whatever the media is that they like in so many different forms, and they can consume it whenever they want to.
And we have a great studio here at Rock Fox to do this.
You like our
absolutely,
studios?
absolutely, I do.
Right?
It's beautiful.
Absolutely, it's nice. It's a little quieter. I don't have as many floors to get stuck on any elevators.
Exactly.
These two wanted to do this on their own.
Yeah. So if you're watching this show right now at 2 a.m. on Sunday night, thank you.
You can.
That would
Yeah.
be Sunday
You
morning
can.
at 2 a.m.
And we thank you
Or
for
Monday.
supporting our advertisers, Fantuzo's Acupuncture, which is fantastic, and also Taylor now.
You know what?
the
One thing
group.
I would like to just throw a quick little plug, and some of the larger corporate companies I've worked for locally.
We don't do corporate.
No, we
We're
really don't.
We're more of your family-owned business, like I said, since 1947, and people that call us love us. And when you call our company at 1 o'clock in the morning because you have a catastrophic issue going on, all of our technicians are not working at the high rises downtown, and they're not working in the back rooms of Walmart. We've got guys that are going to get to you
That's good.
immediately when you need it, versus there's a lot of other companies, some that I've worked for, and they're so spread out.
Yeah.
And they're so diverse that they really don't have the time or attention to devote to their true customers and to really take care of you and give you the care you need. And that's, for me, it was a big change, but it's one I'm happy with. I've got a battle ahead of me. We're going to grow this thing.
There's been a lot of
And,
changes in here.
I've seen more
Nah.
changes in 2020.
What are you talking about?
There's a lot of changes.
So don't turn off Kimberly's Revolution. Just pick up the phone and call 500-HELP.
500 help. That's
And
right.
don't worry about your heat. You just
Right.
watch the show.
And if you're selling your house or you're buying a house and you want someone that's knowledgeable about furnaces that will go, I
Call
wouldn't buy
Jerry.
this house because of the furnace.
If you have not enough hot water, too much hot water, we're there.
Right?
But again, the most important thing that we really are pushing, and Echo makes it, there's a lot of people out there that are making your air purifiers, the UV lighting and all, and a lot of them are just a fly-by-night. So, really do your research. APCO is one of the ones that we sell, and it's the only one that is 100% certified to produce no ozone, and that's big.
We're all about the environment and
Yes.
environmentally friendly.
And your health. And your health.
And your health.
That
I
counts.
sure hope
Yeah.
my wife's not listening right now, because this might have just cost me about 10 grand.
Yeah, thank you. So what are you doing for Christmas? What are you guys doing for Christmas?
The kids are coming over. my son bought a house, which I think I told you, and
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
And is
I didn't sell him the house. I didn't. How could I have helped?
I think I can say now. Well, we bought it last year. You.
Oh, okay, that's
okay.
right. Yeah.
You were still advertising for Hannah, I think, back at the time.
That was,
Hannah.
Whoever they were.
that was a company
Remax.
that rhymes with ski tracks.
There you go.
Remax. Yeah. Oh, and if people want me to come out to Batavia and Leroy to help them buy a house or sell their house,
Absolutely.
We don't. Our line isn't Monroe County, and we don't step over it. We go everywhere.
Right.
So yeah.
Kimberly's not used to stepping over the line ever.
Ever at all.
She can jump pretty quick.
So what are you doing? You're
Over
going
the
over
line?
to your son?
Sure.
No, my son and my future daughter-in-law are coming over, and I think I could probably announce my future grandchild.
Oh.
Nice. Merry Christmas to a
Merry
new
Christmas.
baby.
Yes.
When's the baby due?
May 7th, and some grand dogs, and
He's
also,
like, I think I can announce that.
well, I guess I can now.
What are you guys doing for Christmas? Since we're at Christmas Eve.
So we always, our tradition is we go to Christmas Eve Mass at St. Stanislaus, and
Yeah.
our kids have been in the pageant for many years. They're getting older now, so
Yeah.
so their parts are a little bit limited in the pageant.
Yeah.
But then we go to my mother-in-law's after church for unbelievable, authentic Christmas Eve Polish dinner.
You're Polish?
Yeah, my wife is. My wife was born in Poland.
Very nice. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
It took 13 episodes for you to learn that.
I didn't. I know she had an accent, but I'm not
Yeah.
rude. I'm not going to say, hey,
She was born
where are
in.
you from?
She was born.
There's lots of things
Gary,
we're learning.
Am I rude? You've known me
I'm
for a
pleading
long
the
time.
fifth. No part of that one.
Look, he's up on his legal terminology.
I like it. So you go to church.
We go to church. We have Polish dinner.
You get the pierogies.
We get well,
Polish
not
dance.
on.
Are they? You get the Polish dancing. You
No,
get the.
yeah. Well, Christmas Eve, the Polish dinner comprised of mostly fish. So we have lots of fish.
Oh, wow.
There's no
All right.
meat. There's no meat at a Christmas Eve Polish dinner.
I'm not coming, Chad.
I did not
There's no
know
meat.
this.
But then
You
on
learn
Christmas
something every
Day, you
Bring
go
on the
back to
meat.
eat again, and it's all Polish sausage, authentic Polish sausage, and all sorts of Polish meats. So
Cool.
So you get all your fish and your traditional Polish dinners on Christmas Eve that are meatless, and then Christmas Day you have all your Polish meat.
Did you get the kids everything they wanted?
Not yet.
your time is running out. What are
Not
you doing?
yet.
Well, the Morgans, I think, are just going to understand this is a pandemic.
Oh,
And
turn his mic off.
and this is all COVID related.
Hi, Robin. Merry Christmas to you.
No, we'll just go visit my mom. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not a whole lot.
I mean, we're not-
My son and daughter are here.
We're having my sister-in-law and brother-in-law over. I mean, we're really not doing, a whole lot. So, but we got the dogs gifts, so the dogs are covered. Yeah, and that was Robin Grammatico. You guys know her. That we was making
Hi,
sure
Robin.
that a lot of people had texted in saying they're going to be watching us and listening to us as they're making Christmas cookies.
Awesome.
I know, right?
And yet nobody brought them here.
What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
The ones that I don't have to make.
I like those. I like the little dough balls with the frosting on them.
Love you, CrossFit Stephanie. We like the peanut butter ones with the,
Oh, yeah,
with
those
the
are good, too.
kisses in the middle. And usually you can. I know I'm a cheater, but you can buy the roll of peanut butter dough already made.
You know your husband's in the other room. You just said you're a cheater.
I'm a cheater. I get the roll of dough, and then you can just cut them and then put the little kiss in it. And right?
Right.
But I couldn't find the peanut butter dough anywhere this year.
So you had to make it from scratch.
Pandemic.
I didn't really care about what
No,
Christmas
I don't
cookie you
freaking
liked.
make the cookies from scratch.
That was a rhetorical question.
I don't do any of that kind of thing.
And I
Yeah.
will add to that my daughter, I got cut off, but my daughter and I take it back. My daughter and my future son-in-law, he doesn't know that yet, but, and
You might want to tell him.
he is a kid that I hired at a different company that I work for, and sooner than later he will
He's gonna be
probably
joining
be, he'll probably be one of my ace guys over at Taylor, Cal 500 help.
And if you come on the podcast more
500
often,
help.
you'll get used to getting.
There you go.
That's what we do on here.
Everyone's saying hi to you, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Brittany Hart says she's making meatball cookies for her husband.
Huh?
Meatball.
Just don't serve them on Christmas Eve.
My husband, he's a spicy Italian. He likes the meatball cookies.
What?
You get I kind of here. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I love the idea of the Italian cookies, but they don't taste like anything, guys.
I like the Italian stallion, Rocky. Favorite.
I thought
Rocky.
it was Italian.
Hey, Rocky.
The Italian
Take her to
cookies.
the zoo. My favorite Rocky line. Take her to the zoo. I heard retards like the zoo.
I
Favorite line of all time.
disavow.
Rocky. I mean, come on. How can you not love Rocky?
You know, you might be like Cuomo today. Every proctologist's dream. I think you might be.
Well,
No, but I don't think the Italian cookies taste like anything. There he is.
Yo,
There he
Adrian.
is.
Well, I said our owner's name was Tony DiCiacci, so I'm refraining from the rest of this conversation.
Wait, I'm just going to say the Tony DiCiacci's
Did we just
cookies
lose
are
our
probably
advertiser?
phenomenal. They probably have the best cookies of anywhere in Rochester. But I did go to Savoia Bakery. I did get some because everyone
loves
said
Savoias?
that's, yeah. And they were, the frosting is delish. The cookies don't taste like anything, guys.
I got to tell you about one other Christmas tradition that we have, too. The very, very most important tradition we have in our house.
Yeah.
And that is, it's my wife's birthday.
you
December
get
25th.
Screwed. You
Yeah, I
get so
forgot.
screwed on that.
She's a Christmas baby.
That's wonderful.
And her mom
But
was
you get
born.
screwed.
Her mom was born on New Year's Day, allegedly.
Was Saturn and
So the
Jupiter
joke-
aligned when she was born?
Right.
Well, what I tell them is, look, this is what really happened. When you guys came to Ellis Island back in 1989, you didn't know what your birthdays were. You didn't have any records. So
Did
you
they
just
come
picked,
through Ellis
You
Island?
picked Christmas and New Year's. They did. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really? Ellis Island was still open in '89?
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
immigrants to come through?
Yeah, they came over on a boat. Yep.
All right.
Was this called the
All
Mayflower,
right.
Chad?
She thought she had it's so hardcore.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? We've kind of overstayed our Christmas
No.
welcome. I know.
Come on.
Thank you for coming by.
Well, thank you for
coming by.
having me.
Thank you, Jerry.
And we look forward to continuing this relationship.
We
Hope
do, too.
everything continues to go down the right path.
You know
and,
what? It's growing exponentially, so we couldn't be more happy about the progress that we're making with Kimberly's Revolution. And we know 2021 is going to be a huge year, but we just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We love you all, the Minutemen. They used to be the Fourth Men, now they're the Minutemen, right?
The
Right.
Minutemen on the Revolution. Absolutely.
I'm getting on board with the Minutemen. I kind of had to like marinate in it for a second to see if I liked it. It took me 13 episodes.
Well, we have a fourth chair, so the fourth chair is our fourth man over there,
Our fourth man, Minuteman.
which is Jerry today.
It
that's
is.
me. Well,
And
easy,
Rich.
easy.
right.
I don't know if I like the Minuteman thing.
Yeah, I would say.
That Jerry, I mean,
And on that note,
Depends on we set the ground rules up front.
Merry Christmas.
Rich, that's because you're in the fourth. You're in the fifth chair over there.
And don't. Oh,
would you rather be the Minuteman or the Fourth Man?
The fourth man.
the fourth man. Merry Christmas to Joy. Think if your name is Joy on Christmas.
Oh,
That's it.
absolutely.
And
Joy
Merry Christmas,
to the world.
Lisa. We appreciate you guys
the
watching.
boys and girls.
Exactly. So
Joy to the fishes in the deep
can't
blue
sing that.
sea.
you can't sing it.
Joy
No, please
to
don't.
you
No.
and me.
Well, that's going to screw everything up, Tom. Merry Christmas
Merry
to
Christmas,
everyone.
everybody.
And a Festivus for the rest of us.
Merry
We'll
Christmas.
join you next week. Again, thanks to our advertiser, Fantuzo. Love you. We'll see you after Christmas.
God bless.
Rejuvenate,
500
restore,
help.
refresh,
Call
and heal.
Taylor.
At Fantuzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzoAcupuncture.com.